Welcome back, everyone. It is my favorite time. It is movie review time with local movie reviewers, Bart and Jen from Mills. Welcome, Bart and Jen.
Good morning.
All right, so we're going to be talking about a new movie called The Substance, featuring Demi Moore. Tell us about it.
Okay, so Demi Moore plays an aging actress named Elizabeth Sparkle. She hosts a popular morning exercise show. She overhears her boss, Dennis Quaid, talking about replacing her with a younger actress. And once she discovers this, she realizes that she's got to do something to save her job. She discovers something called The Substance, which is like an underground injectable that promises to give you a newer, more perfect, beautiful you. So she injects herself with this stuff, and it creates a younger version of herself, played by Margaret Qualley. Now, that's about all I can tell you without some serious giveaways with this movie, but, you know, there's a lot to unpack in this movie.
Okay, so by looking at you two this morning, I can tell that you've had access to The Substance.
I've had quite a bit of nipping and tucking done, obviously. I mean, this is a face that is aged without any grace. But it is true. I mean, you know, what's funny is that this movie itself, and I was joking earlier with her about the fact that she needs to do all the talking, because this is a treatise on feminine beauty and feminine empowerment, and I'm obviously the best person to talk about things like that. But this is a not so subtle take on the idea that, especially in Hollywood, and Demi Moore is the perfect person to play this.
Yes.
Because this is the standard that is in place is so obscene. Demi Moore, by the way, she plays a 50-year-old, a woman just turning 50, this is a horror movie. So the thing is that the horror of this movie is that she's 50. But in truth, she's 62. And she
looks amazing.
Absolutely beautiful, always has been. I'm sure she's had some things done, but she's absolutely gorgeous. But it doesn't matter in the standard we have today. And I might argue that standard is in place a lot because of women treating women this way. But in any case, the standard is so absurd that, you know, women will do just about anything and take any risk. And in this case, this is a body horror, so she takes horrible risks just to maintain some sense of their own youthful beauty.
Right.
Yeah, so I did watch the trailer in this. You know, one thing I liked about the trailer is it didn't give everything away. So I really don't know exactly what's going to happen in the movie because, you know, I just don't know. I watched the trailer. I will say that Demi Moore does look absolutely amazing. As you said, she is like, wow, she never ages. It's like Cher.
Yeah, and this is really, you know, a lot of people have said that this is her role of her career. And I'll tell you, she doesn't leave anything on the table. She just bears her soul in this movie. She has absolutely no vanity in this, and she was pretty amazing.
Okay, so this movie is rated R, probably because it's a kind of like a drama horror movie, and it's also 140-minute long. So it's is it worth 140 minutes? Is it going to be something that's kind of like...
It's longer than it needs. It feels to me that, you know, overall, I appreciate what the director is trying to do with this movie. I appreciate most of the performances, but it is long. It just beats you over the head over and over again with this motif, and it is body horror. And when I talk about body horror, we're talking about The Fly. We're talking about you know, scenes of bodies splitting in half. Lots of blood, lots of gore. You know, what happens to her in order to make herself beautiful again is horrific, and you see all of it on the screen. And so it is disgusting. It's disturbing in some places. It's really funny in some places, but they beat you over the head with it. So it's probably a little bit long, and it is a super well-earned R rating.
Yes.
All right, so Rotten Tomatoes, my favorite website, gave it a 70% audience approval rating. So I want to know if you're giving it a thumbs up, a thumbs down, or somewhere in between.
Well, truthfully, I like this movie way more than I thought I was going to like this movie, because normally I don't go for body horror. But I found myself laughing out loud a lot just because it's so over the top and so extreme that you have to laugh out loud. I really, really like this movie, but it is not going to be for everyone. Let me emphasize that. When we left the theater, we're like, who can we recommend this movie to? Because it's extreme And that's not an understatement.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is one of those, this is a sideways for me because I appreciate what's happening. I'm not sure that it all got on the screen or it works exactly for me. I enjoyed it, but it is one of those movies that I'm not, we talk about this a lot, but I would recommend for most audiences, unless you really know what you're getting into, it's probably not for you. And so it's a hard sell. So I liked it, but I'm not sure I can recommend it.
All right, so maybe don't eat the popcorn during this movie. Well, Bart and Jen, I want to thank you so much for coming out today. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks.
All right, well, don't go away because we're more when we return.